Good morning, Flosstube friends. I have been away for so long, I would not blame you if you were a bit irritated with me. But we have been traveling. We have been blessed to see 5 of our grandchildren and to help one of our sons move to his new exciting job, and for my husband, a short trip to acquire some professional development in his field since he is still working part-time. It's been busy. Oh my word. May is always busy, but this April and May have kept us running. It's all good, and I am so grateful for the time we had with our family, the time we had to help, and the time my husband had to learn some more in his field. We never stop learning, right? This is Flosstube number 90. If you've never been with me before, my name is Sharon, and I love to share about cross stitch, sometimes about books I'm reading, sometimes about my flowers, maybe some acquisitions, be they stitching related or personal. I'm happy to see you if you're new. If you're one of my friends who've been with me through this whole journey, thank you. I'm thrilled to see you. And thank you all for your lovely comments in my last 2 videos. I know that I responded to one set of comments. I don't think I did to the ones related to my DMC vintage storage chest, but I read every single one, and you certainly made my day. I'm back in the dining room today because it is a little bit overcast. We had some rain in the night, and now there's a possibility of more rain, but I see the sun trying to peek out. I hope this light will cooperate with us, but we'll do our best. Anyway, on this dining table, I have stuff everywhere. Not nearly as much cross stitch as I would like to show, but enough to show you what I've been up to. So that I don't forget, I want to show you my flower parade. I have been thrilled with the blooming of my houseplants this spring. And what I'm going to show you today is kind of the last hurrah. I may have shown you a couple of the miniature African violets, but I have one orchid, one large African violet, and a new orchid that I acquired from a dear daughter for Mother's Day or my birthday. It's gorgeous. Anyway, let me show you this very unusual orchid, which is blooming crazily. Look at those blooms. If it would be still, we could see. And this is the one that is like an orchid plant on the bottom and an orchid plant on the top. I need to do some research on how to separate the two, but I know that I don't want to do that while it's blooming. So that has just been gorgeous in our bathroom. Then we'll keep the orchid theme going. I have the new one, and I'm afraid it's about to lose its beautiful blooms, but would you look at those pink? Oh my goodness, I hope that glare from the window is not keeping you from seeing. So this was the one my daughter brought me. I'm pretty sure it was for my birthday. A much bigger one. So I'm going to put it in the bathroom now that it has almost bloomed out so that it will stay healthy. They seem to love the light in my bathroom. And then this African violet doesn't even look real. Isn't that amazing? So we're on a pink theme today. This one actually has a pink pot, so we're all coordinated. All these have made me smile throughout this spring, and so grateful they survived our being away. I had watered before I left, and so we managed. Then I want to show you a new light that we ordered, because one that I had, well, it's similar in design to this one, but the place where you plug the charger lost its inside, and so when you put the charger in, you could hear the inside rattling around. It wouldn't receive a charge. I had used it and used it and used it, so I don't feel badly, although I was disappointed that it stopped working. So my husband went on Amazon and found this one, which I think is a little sturdier and better made. You can see that, and I want to show you the light. So it is kind of a natural color. It's like a faux leather, so it has a very comfortable fit on your neck, and then the lights adjust 2 or 3 strengths, but I do think this one is more flexible. I've used it a lot for reading at night and also for my knitting and crochet, and I even used it on the trip in the car for my cross stitch. So I highly recommend this uni neck reading light. I do think it's much sturdier than the one I had bought before. And this says Inclise. I don't know what any of this means. Stepless dimming, 3 color temperatures. So it has different shades of light. USB rechargeable and glare free. That's what it says. And this is called Camel Brown, but I just think it's a very natural, that could be Camel Brown, I guess. So I want to recommend that. Okay, let's jump into cross stitch. I'm sipping my delicious Earl Grey cream tea today, which I enjoy. I do have to add cream and sugar to this particular blend, but it's yummy. Okay, guys, you know that I was supposed to have 6 birthday starts for my 66th birthday in April, and I don't know if I got all 6 in here, but I'm going to show you those. And I have one fully finished that you have not seen, and I'm pleased with this. This was a little, this was a little DMC kit that I had acquired. Oh goodness, I want to say it was on clearance at Hobby Lobby, which I stitched on a fabric that I had in my stash that's an iridescent fabric. I liked that better than the kit fabric. And then I went ahead and finished it with a rickrack around the edge and the little bow on the top. So this is going in our front guest bedroom, which is also like my little craft room library. So one fully finished. This was so easy to stitch and so much fun. You'll see the pinks and the greens. Just loved it. It was a DMC kit. So a small, but a fully finished. I'm so excited. Okay, let's talk about birthday starts and also whips. I had joined a sale that was started by Rainy Day Reads, which is a booktube channel, but it is also Flosstube, in celebration of her 40th birthday. Definitely check her out. Rainy, R-A-I-N-E-Y, Day Reads. And her sale was to be literature related and or something with a lot of green. And I could tell you the name of the sale on Instagram, but it has just left my brain. But anyway, I had started this beautiful piece several months ago, and it is literature based because it is from Holy Scripture, and it is all green. So this was a perfect one. You know, I've forgotten my nice board to hold behind everything. I have to forget something anytime, always. So I worked on this border, and then I started some border up here. I think this could be a summer finish. And again, it will be a hoop finish. I'm not sure you're getting colors as I wish you would, but it is such a fun stitch. And this also is a piece of fabric that was gifted to me. And I believe this is, well, now I don't have it. Monaco, or is it Jobelin? Anyway, it is God who arms me with strength and keeps my way secure. So I love this one, and I do hope to finish it this summer. Thank you, Rainy, for that stitch along. It has motivated me to work on this. Then I pulled out a new chart that I had gotten. I believe I picked this up on my last trip to the Stitch Niche, but it is the Blue Flower Spring Quail, Of course, I love magnolias, and you know that because that's the name of my channel, but I also love dogwood and quail. Where I grew up, we had coveys of quail running across our yard. And so this chart just yelled out to me. So I started this one. It's one of my birthday starts. Let me show you this again because I do want to do this adorable pillow and this biscornu. Right now I'm working on this one. But I just love that pillow. It says, I sing of books, of blossoms, birds, and bowers, of April, May, of June, and July flowers. And if you can see, there's a quail on each end of that, if that is not the cutest. So I'm hoping to do the whole set. But I started this, and I haven't pulled it back out since, but look how sweet. That's the leaf. Here we go with our lighting again. And this is the fabric I had bought in South Carolina, the trip we made before this last trip from Barefoot Needle Art, which is in Surfside, South Carolina. And it is witcheled, and it is called Aqua Linen, and it is a 40 count. But guys, with my new eyes and with my magnification, well, no, not my magnification, my light, my odd light, this was no trouble at all. And oh my word, it's not showing up this beautiful color, but this is just gonna be one of my favorites. So I do wanna pull that back out very soon. I'm using the called for DMC conversion on that. She may have asked for some specialty threads. Let's see. Okay, she asked for some specialty threads, but she gives the DMC conversion. Weeks Dye Works and Color and Cotton. I just use straight DMC. Okay, you remember that my husband had given me this adorable DMC kit when he gave me the DMC storage chest. And of course, it's the City of London. And another hoop finish. I'm just going hoop crazy. This is going to be, I hope, my next finish. Now, you would not think this would have taken me this long. I took this on the trip and I stitched a lot, but I do think some of these smaller pieces can be, they can look like a quick stitch and they're not. But look at the bus, the double-decker bus. Is that not the cutest? So this will be the London Eye that's going to come around here. It'll just be a matter of finishing the buildings here and the London Eye, and then filling in the last of this little building. I'm doing this on the kit fabric, which I believe is 14 count, Ada. It may be 18 count, with the kit floss, which is DMC. It does not say, I don't guess it matters, because if you were going to buy this kit, you would get the Ada. Anyway, it's a fun stitch, and I love the bright colors. So I stitched this with the sewing method in hand, and that did make it go faster. So I do want that to be a finish very soon. Then I won a giveaway, and this has got to be my shout out for today, other than my friend Rainy Day Reads. If you have not seen the channel Stitching with My Littlie, Littlie, you must go check them out. They are in the UK. It is a mother-daughter team, and their videos make you smile. It's just the best. And they had a giveaway. I want to say it was for 500 subscribers. I hope they get to 1,000 very soon. It may have been for 1,000, I don't remember. But they had 2 kits they were giving away. And I put my name in for this one. This is the designer that you're probably familiar with, Forever Friends. I know they designed for some of the British cross-stitch magazines. But y'all, look at that bear in the kitchen warming. Now, excuse me, there's a story to this. My dear maternal grandmother, who was the hardest working, most caring woman I think I've almost ever known, never stopped working. In her home, she was constantly doing her job within her home. But when it was cold weather, and they had a gas furnace, I guess, in their den, my grandmother would do exactly what this bear is doing, except she would have her dress on and her apron. She would go and stand in front of that heater and warm herself. So when I saw them wanting to give this kit away, I was like, oh, I need this, I need this. And I won it. I was so thrilled. So it will definitely find a place of honor in my kitchen. And I have a tiny little start, which I started on the trip. It's the little bear's face. You see his little muzzle and the little pink cheeks. And then this is going to be his head. Oh, my word, people. It's amazing what can trigger fond memories. This is a 14-count Aida from the kit. And I want to say this kit uses, I don't know what floss it uses, but it was made in the UK. There are other Forever Friends designs. I noticed a brand new one on the cover of one of the British cross-stitch magazines, and it was for Mother's Day. And it's the precious little bear standing there holding a bouquet of flowers. I resisted buying the magazine, but I may have to go back and get it because it's just too cute. It takes me back to stitching in the 80s when we mostly had to use Aida. And kits like this were what we had, but I just love it. Thank you to Stitching with My Littly, and please, my viewers, go check them out. You'll love their accents, you'll love their love and humor between each other, and all their stitching. Just a delightful, delightful channel. Okay, my Sal with Natalie, Home Sweet Home Handmade, has gotten a little bit of love. Not much, Natalie. This is Needleworkers Sampler, and it is by Cottage Garden Samplings. And I love it, but it gets pushed aside because I have too many whips. So you know that I had to frog, and I'm still frogging, but I'm putting stitches back in the house. So you can see I've finished most of another window, and I have put in, well, I've done something. I'm embarrassed to say I'm not sure what else I worked on. But what will have to come out is still from here over. I know, guys, this is going to have to come out. This is the window I finished right here. Anyway, it's a beautiful piece, and I love it. I will not ignore it. I just need to put it on a certain day, I think. That's the only way I'm going to get any progress. This is done with the called for DMC on 32 count Jovelin, and it's called Summer Sky. This was also gifted to me. It's a little bit mottled blue. I really want this finished. I have several places that would be a great place for it to hang in my home. So cheer me on that one. That was not a birthday start. I've lost my train of thought here, people. London was a birthday start. The Friends, Forever Friends, was a birthday start. That's all I'm seeing right now. Crazy. I'm crazy. Well, this one is definitely a birthday start. This was one of the kits that I got when Hobby Lobby had their clearance. And you know, I've not been a bird stitcher, but these are the sweetest birds. And of course, there they are with flowers and beautiful foliage. So I pulled this one out as a birthday start, and I'm also using a fabric that I had found at Hobby Lobby on clearance. It's a blue. Look at that sweet bird. You can't really tell he's a bird yet, but he's very sweet. And this, if I'm not mistaken, is 28 count even weave, but I just love the fact that they can be on the blue as if it's the sky with the foliage and the birds. And this, which bird is this? It's the one in the middle. So the little guy in the middle, or the little girl. So another fun, dimensions, but not dimensions gold, just dimensions. Okay, this one coming up is a birthday start. Maybe I had 4 birthday starts instead of 6. I know that one did not happen because I never did acquire the fabric. Well, when I figure it out, you'll be the first to know. I went to my local needlework shop and purchased this fabric for Rosewood Manor Dogwood Lace. And you know how long I've had this in my stash, so it's time for me to start it. I decided to use DMC, and it's a specialized variegated DMC. They had it at my needlework shop. It's 4180, so it's a variegated pink. You know too, I believe from what I told you last few videos, that I did not want to do this in red. I wanted to do it in the colors of the Dogwood Blossom. So I took the picture of the Dogwood Blossom with me, and we picked this out. Miss Kim, one of the owners, very graciously helped me. So I am stitching it on Cloudburst linen by Legacy Linens. And of all things, it's a 37 count. That's a new one for me. But here is my tiny, tiny little start. Look at those delicate stitches. Oh, I'm going to have to pull this back out because as much as I worried that the floss was not going to show up, even in this terrible light today, it's just going to be the most delicate piece. I'm going to love it. And this Cloudburst is like a very light gray. So it goes really well with the pink. Just fun. This is the center, of course, of the design. All right, last whip. Last year when I retired, it's been a year and a month, oh my goodness, my family chose a Savior's Praise for me. And it got stuck away, as do my whips. But you'll see in a minute why I pulled this back out, but it has to do with anchor floss. So remember that as I tell my next story. And so as I was dealing with some anchor floss, I said, I need to pull out a Savior's Praise. So this, I don't know what fabric it's on. I don't really know anything to tell you, but I want to say it's 36 count. But what I'm doing now that I've pulled it back out, I'm in love with it again, of course. You know, I had done that section of the border and it was finished, and that adorable bird, you've seen that before. I need to finish the trees under the birds, but I decided to work on the flower basket. And so I put in some more leaves, and then I started last night the basket handle, which is going to be, well, it's 2 colors all the way around. And then I'll be able to finish the flowers that will go up here. My purpose in going to this part of the sampler is that if I move over here, this is going to be, I believe, a B. Then I can start the text for the hymn that we love so much, Now Thank We All Our God. So if I get the basket finished, I think that's doable pretty quickly. Then I can start some letter stitching, which I think will be a nice break. Then these initials can be anyone's initials. So I'm thinking there are places for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 initials. So I think I'm going to do my 4 daughters, my own initials, and my mother's initials. So that will be sweet. This piece is full of beautiful motifs. I could almost monogamously stitch this for a while, and it may actually happen. We'll see. You guys know I just stitch what calls, and sometimes I get in a rut with one piece, and sometimes I just put a few stitches in one night and put it aside. But I need some finishes, so we'll be working. Okay, we're there for all the whips. I don't have any more haul except what I'm going to show you related to anchor floss. I did receive some Stitchy Kindness, and I'll quickly show you my knitting, which is a beginner baby blanket. Okay, Stitchy Kindness. Natalie, Home Sweet Home Handmade, surprised me with this beautiful card. She always has the most amazing stationery. And also this sweet postcard, Spring Tulip. And for my birthday, I've never even seen this before. This is Puntini. I've heard of them, but I've never bought any of their charts. Do you not absolutely adore that? I mean, that pillow has to be done this summer for my stitching room. And it says stitching. But the title of the chart is When I Think of Stitching. So you've got floss, you've got scissors, buttons, pins, a sampler there in the middle. I mean, how adorable. And guys, inside, I have to pull this out for you, are the little pins to go on the pillow. Natalie, too adorable. And this is a separate accessory. This does not come with the chart. It just made my whole week when this came in the mail. So thank you. It's happening this summer. All right, I am almost to my halfway point in my knitting with my baby Afghan. And you know we are doing a class at church, so we are doing this with some help. But I'm getting it, guys. I'm just slow as can be. But look, this is almost halfway. If I were to stretch it out a bit, which we can do, you'll see that it will be big enough to be a baby Afghan. And this, of course, is just garter stitch or knit stitch, except for this darling border that is yarn over after 2 knit stitches. My daughter purchased these little, what are they called? Stitch holders, I guess. Thank goodness, because I kept losing them off the end. So yay! Maybe by the end of next week, I'll be ready for the decrease. And I will do my best to share with you the pattern source once I get to my decrease section, because it is free online. It's a YouTube channel, and it has been just fun. This is just a Bernat baby yarn in white. All right, acquisition from Michaels. No, do not walk. Run to your local Michaels if it's close by. I don't want to send you if you could go and waste your trip. But I went in just to replace 5 DMC colors out of my chest, because what I'm trying to do is once I use one of the ones out of my set, I'm writing it on an index card that I'm storing in the top of the chest. And I had 5 or 6, I believe 5 colors that I had used for my quail piece. So I needed to replace them. Couldn't find them at Joann. They were just almost out of DMC. So I was over in the area near Michael's, and my husband texted and said, you better run in and get your floss, which was very smart, bless him. Well, I only ended up with 3 of the flosses, I believe. I didn't get the full ones I needed, but people, their anchor floss display, which is down the aisle on the same side from the DMC display, it's a very small display compared to the DMC, had a sign on it that said clearance, 25 cents. Guess what I have? I have every color that was left of anchor floss for 25 cents a skein. Now, there's no way I can show you these except to let you see the Michaels bag. I mean, I literally have every color they still had, from the beautiful oranges to the greens. Oh, this is just like candy in a bag. Look at that blue. But yesterday, I only chose the ones that were the beautiful colors. And bless my husband, he knows I have issues with storage. So when he ran to Target for some groceries, he found these amazing, I'm sorry for this noise, storage trays. Can you see? They stack. They're only, I believe, $6 each. So this is the whole tray of what I bought yesterday, which, as I said, were the beautiful colors, or at least the ones I think were beautiful. And so we decided for 25 cents per skein, I should definitely go back this morning, and that's where I got the bag full of the more neutral, earthy tones. So, oh my goodness, can you see it all? They're in numerical order in this stackable storage container. So I have 2 more of these. I don't think I'm gonna need but 2, but the one on the top can be like a dust protector. But this is what it is at Target. Bright Room all-purpose storage tray, and they're very sturdy. Lucite is what we used to call this plastic. I'm just blown away. So for 25 cents per skein, I have as many of these as were left in the display, plus the ones that I had purchased when I started A Savior's Praise, because those flosses were Kitten Stitcher required or called for the anchor floss for that project, which is the first time I had bought anchor, and I had gotten it at Joann Fabrics. So I have this collection, the bag full, which has to be organized, and then the ones that I'm using for stitching A Savior's Praise. And guys, we can convert either way. So if I need a color in DMC and I don't have it, I'm just going to convert to anchor. And some projects do require anchor, and I love the floss. It's beautiful. Okay, how much talking have I done? Thank you for your patience, as usual, when I ramble. 3 things that are fun to show, and I'll close out for today. For my Mother's Day, my husband had done an order from Liberty of London, and since we just had the coronation of King Charles, is it not the 3rd, am I correct? I had mentioned to my husband these beautiful Emma Bridgewater mugs. I've never collected these before, but he found the one for Queen Elizabeth. And I just loved Queen Elizabeth. So I have my first Emma Bridgewater mug. These are made in the UK, which I did not know. Made in Stoke-on-Trent. Now, for now, it's going to be on display. I don't think I'll be drinking tea out of it yet. We'll see. I may loosen up a bit and use it. And then he also got me this beautiful Liberty of London tote bag. I'm going to be the tote bag queen, but isn't that so beautiful? And it is a very thick canvas fabric, but you have the floral design here that matches the sides, and then you have this one. So this is definitely going to be a sewing bag and a book bag. And then one of my precious daughters picked out this beach or pool bag, which I have been needing for years, and she is so thoughtful, she filled it with amazing things that I love. So I have been using all my amazing things, but now I'm getting ready to use my pool bag this weekend. So I'm the bag lady. Very blessed. I will not spend time today chatting anymore about family blessings, but I just want you all to know how much I appreciate the time I was able to spend with my family, even though it was a very long trip. And then this shorter trip helping our son move, because he and his brother cooperated so beautifully and were so pleasant and kind to me as I was also helping. My heart is full of family blessings right now. And I hope whoever your family is, whether they are your friends who have become your family or your own blood family, that your heart can be full as mine is right now. I am counting my blessings. So thank you for listening. I'm sure I'll have more to tell. I should let you see Miss Lucy. Her hair is so long now. We're on the waiting list for the groomers. Let me see if I can get her to come over, and then we'll close. Lucy, come here. Come here, big girl. Our daughter kept her for us while we were out of town, and we were so glad to get her back, although she had a blast with our daughter. Here's the girl with one ear out. Okay, we've got our little funny paws again. Yes, she's like, why are you talking to someone else? She is amazingly adapted to her 1-mile walk and expects it every day. And I don't know how she's doing physically with her weight control, but we're doing all that we were told. We'll weigh her after she gets groomed, I think. So she's had her baths and her brushing, but she has not had her summer haircut yet. Hopefully we can do that soon. But she is definitely my shadow, and she's our diva dog. She woke me up at 4:30 this morning because it was raining, and it scared her. She does not like rain. It wasn't even a thunderstorm. So this may be a long day, but she's already napped, so she won't feel the exhaustion. Anyway, Lucy and I say, have a great day. Thank you for watching. Come back to see us. Comment. Let me know what you're stitching and how everything's going in your corner of the world. Take care. See you soon.